The world of esports may be a mystery or something very common to you. On this, the Juhadre podcast in association with Rated R Esports, we're going to talk a lot about it. So without further ado, let's jump right into our episode.
Welcome today to wow, tongue-tied already.
Hello everyone and welcome to this, the 10th episode of Juhadre.
That's what I was trying to say. Oh my gosh, let's just start out with this. I am so hyper today.
Now, we'll get into why.
Okay.
I am Juhadre.
I am Alvatross 17.
It's nice to be here with you, everybody. 10 episodes, Alvatross.
Yeah, 10. I haven't really looked up reviews or seen how many times they've been listened to. Mm-hmm. But I hope this catches in the wind soon.
I sure hope so too. Because I want this to continue.
I like this. Apparently, as we discussed a little bit earlier, Rated R came to you for this podcast, but then every time you talk to him about it, he says it's our podcast. We can do what we want with it. Uh-huh. So, I mean, that opens up possibilities. A
lot of possibilities. And I like putting in the plugs where we can. For example, Rated R took a couple teams to DreamHack Atlanta the weekend of November 15th. Mm-hmm. So when this episode comes out, it'll all be done, and hopefully they won. I know they have a League of Legends team, Halo, and Brawlhalla. And I think there's a Gears of War team there too. I can't remember exactly.
I think he was tweeting that he was trying to build that team.
Ah.
At least that's the last time I looked at it.
Got it. But anyway, yeah, it does open up a lot of what we're going to talk about. But why are you in such a good mood?
Dude, okay, well, first off, I just got done with the most awesome concert I've ever been to yesterday. It was Atreyu. And normally when you go to a concert, they play more, like a couple older songs and mostly their newer stuff. No, they had let their entire guests, like all their fans on social media, vote for their set list. And every single song was an older song except two of them. I was just blown away because I recognized every single one of them, and it sounded great, even though it was in a place called the Complex in Salt Lake City. Not the biggest place. It gets really crowded really easy, but I mean, it's a venue. It's great, but it was an awesome show. 20 years in the making. I even bought a hat that's got an A with an infinity symbol on it. Atreyu forever.
I like it.
Actually, yeah, it's a pretty good hat. And I'm not a snapback hat, but this one looks good on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Anyways, and then if anybody has noticed, if we sound a little bit different this time, not only does he have, do we have that setting changed, amplify voice, but I got a windscreen for my microphone, and to be honest, it looks like a penis right now.
Gosh.
It really does.
All right, it might, but we're going to see what it does. I installed one on my microphone at home. No one really mentioned anything other than I sounded a little quieter.
Yeah, it's supposed to catch more of the pops and the breaths and just like little noises. I don't know if I like it yet, but we're testing it out. Exactly. I already don't like the look of it.
Excuse me. Well, with you in such a good mood, I'm actually getting over a stomach bug, so I'm feeling a little down. Much better than I did last night for anyone who caught the stream of Upsurge games that we did.
Yeah,
so
I wasn't there for that.
No, I know you weren't. You know what? Maybe next time. But it actually brings us to the topic of the day. Is you and I want to talk a little bit about the local League of Legends scene here in Utah,
and not even just the local League of Legends team. Give a little bit more on what Rated R is still trying to do, because it is growing.
I think that it. More than what Rated R is trying to do, I am not privy to a lot of what they're doing because I manage solely the League of Legends team. And so what I was thinking was actually shifting into more, what is the esports world like here in Utah?
Yeah, no, and I agree. And I haven't even looked anything up. I'm like allergic to research.
It's funny because you keep saying that you do a whole lot of it and get really into it.
I do, but it depends on what it is. But for like other things, it's not on my mind.
Right.
Which is funny because I really wanted to start a podcast, so you'd think I'd be like, hey, I'm going to get into this and do this. And now I get so distracted.
So there are a few things we can talk about. I know firsthand about those gaming centers we mentioned back in episode 4, I want to say.
I don't remember.
And a few episodes back, I know a lot of what they're trying to do. I know a lot about the League of Legends scene here. I know that there are other sports, esports that are going on, and what some people are trying to do with that.
And even if we got a team going up, I know that Torchy, who's over Rated R, would love to hear from some people like, hey, we play this game, we know there's a sport for it, you don't have a team, we would love to do that.
Yeah, that would be great because Rated R Esports is still growing, like you were mentioning. They have those teams at DreamHack. I manage the League of Legends team and there are a couple of other things that they're doing. But yeah, if you're looking for an organization, you can follow either of us at Juhadre and at Alvatross17 with a V and find Torchy because we both follow him.
Yeah.
Or just the main Rated R.
Yeah, you can do that as well. Or, if you're not comfortable with that, reach out to us and we'll reach out to them for you.
Exactly. But back on topic.
Yep.
So
Rated R League of Legends scene.
So, wait, are we doing Rated R or Utah? Because the Rated R one is very, very quick. I manage a 5-man team with a couple subs and a coach, and we're going to take a break probably at the end of this next week, and that's it.
That was it?
Pretty much.
Well, there you have it. Episode over.
No, we're not doing that. Yeah, so the Rated R League of Legends scene is basically that. We have a team, we scrim twice a week, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is the free day. Thursday we play in Upsurge. Friday is for practice solo queue, where everyone goes individually and does their own practices. Saturday we play in the Phoenix Rising League, and then Sunday is another free day. Thank heaven, because it used to be Risen's tournament, or the Phoenix Rising League for the summer tournament. But with Phoenix Rising ending, oh, holy crap, tomorrow, on the 16th of November, and then Upsurge ending a week from yesterday. So let's see, that was the 14th on the 21st.
Is it just going to be a break for holiday?
No, they're 8-week series.
Oh.
And so we're coming up on 8 weeks. We're just at the end of them. And so with that lining up with Thanksgiving and the trip that you and I are going on the first week of December and, Christmas and everything like that, I said, look, once these 2 series are over, let's cool it. Thanksgiving is really important. I believe in family and dedicating the time to that and making that work. And that's what I told the team the first day I met with them, is that this will never get in the way of that. And that follows through to Christmas. And so I want everyone to just relax, We went through a lot of series. Like I said, 2 iterations of the Phoenix Rising League, 2 of Upsurge, Risen. We did another, we almost played in Game Timer, but that series got canceled, unfortunately. We've done scrims twice a week for months and months, and it's time to take a little bit of break. Even the pros have their off season, which is right about now because Worlds is done. Excuse me. And that's where we are, is we have 2 games on Saturday and then a best of 3 on Thursday, and that's it. But by the time this comes out, all of that will be over and we'll be on break.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, out of all your players, how many are from the original start? You still have those
1.
Because you had 2 that were going pretty strong for a while.
Yeah, so 1 player is still on from the original roster, but he has switched roles. So, technically, does that count?
Depends on what his role is. What's his role?
He was top laner when I started, but now he's the jungler.
He's still playing, though? So,
yeah.
Yes, I would say,
And in the middle, there was a scheduling conflict where his work got him home very late. And so we couldn't work with that schedule with everyone else. And so we had him just as a substitute for weekends for a bit. But then it changed. He got a different job, and now he has more flexibility and came on as our starting jungler. So if that all counts, then yes, he is the only original. Proden was mid laner for the team, but is now co-owner. And so, I don't know if that counts either, but he is still around. Let's see. Who else was there? No, he's not there. He's not there. He's not there. He's not there. Nope, yeah, that's it.
For everybody that was just listening to that, he wasn't showing anything. He was just thinking out loud.
Yeah, thinking out loud. I was counting on my fingers.
There was no visualization of that.
No. And I don't want to say any names.
So there's really not much to the League of Legends scene right now other than basically what you just said.
Yeah, we are going to go into our last two weeks, and hopefully we get some... end this... Now I'm having trouble talking. I hope we end well, grab ourselves some wins, and then go on our break.
Awesome. So what is the next going to look like after the break? Just go back to the normal scrims? Twice a week?
I don't know. We're going to have to look into that. I do have some plans.
Okay.
But we'll see. It depends on what happens during the break, honestly.
Got it. So probably a lot of planning during the break.
Of planning.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome.
So then, like I said, that's all for what's going on with Rated R's League of Legends scene. But here in the Valley, in Utah, I know that there are a few places that are holding tournaments that try and do leagues. The biggest examples of which I know that Gamer Planet and Land King, a couple of gaming centers here local, they do 1v1 tournaments and what's called ARAM tournaments. Mm-hmm. All random, all mid. It's that one lane, and you don't get to choose what champion you get. You don't get to choose your team composition.
It's just auto-generated?
Yep. Just automatically does it, and it is a blast.
It'd be kind of interesting just to get like the character you absolutely hate, but then you dominate with it just in that one game.
Dude, it happens. It happens a lot.
I believe it. Yeah, it happens to me in Risk of Rain all the time. They're like, I go play that one. I'm like, I hate that character.
So they do those. Game Tyrant tries to do those large series. They've done, like I said, I've casted for them. Is it cast or casted?
I don't know, because, okay, in the fishing world, you use the same word, cast. Mm-hmm. It's, I cast out, or I have cast out. It's not really, I don't know.
I've looked it up a couple times, and it is cast. Casted is an adjustment to people wanting it to be a word.
I would agree with that, because I've always used cast.
Yeah.
Never used casted. It just sounds weird.
It kind of does to me as well. But I have cast for them several series. And so they're going to do a winter one coming up probably in February is when that typically starts. I know that that's rumored and going to come in. The first time I did that with Game Tyrant, there were 16 teams, I think. Mm-hmm. There were a lot. There were a lot of people that wanted to come play. And that was almost exclusively people from Utah. Like, that was the whole point. There was one team from Texas, and This is going to be super weird, but call back to 2016, I think, when the hurricanes wrecked all of Texas. Do you remember that?
I don't follow the news, so no.
All right, well, anyway,
no.
When I think it was, you got to help me. The geography in Texas is something unfamiliar to me.
What geography? It's flat.
Fine. Where the cities are.
I'm sorry.
Where the cities are. Anyway, there was a city almost completely filled with water for a long time, and one of the teams was from there. So they didn't show up for
I think
playoffs.
I remember you telling me about this. Because I just laughed my butt off. Just thinking like, I'm sorry, man. I hold on. Let me just empty up my room with water. Get a bucket. But no, I don't know.
But yeah, that happened. That team's name, are you ready for old school League of Legends fans, this name is even funnier. It's don't name your fives team Mike Young. Wait, it's Mike, don't name your fives team Mike Young.
Is there a story behind that?
Yeah, there is a story. There's an old caster, not age old, but back from season 1, his name is Joe Miller. And typically when you introduce yourself, you say first name, gamer name, last name. So like David Freak Turley or Sam Kobe Hartman Kensler, Isaac Azael Cummings Bentley. Mm-hmm. Those are the names. But Joe Miller was his real name and his gamer name. So people would call him Joe Miller.
That's actually funny.
It's really funny.
Okay, I get it now.
And then it became a meme because then he was, hi guys, I'm Joe. Don't call me Joe Miller.
That's a freaking mouthful.
It's amazing. And a friend of mine, Superman, not the actual I don't know, not Clark Kent, we'll say that, but a friend of mine named Superman, he told me there was a generator back in the day that you could put in like 18 numbers or you could put in a certain number and it would generate how many times you would say what part of the name.
Okay.
And that was a lot of fun to look at. But the meme came, and then these guys were Mike, don't name your fives team Mike Young. And Mike Young was an up-and-coming jungler in the North American scene, signed on to Phoenix 1 that year, just upset every other team. He was just amazing, and so they named themselves that, and it was a lot of fun.
I bet he enjoyed that.
Yeah. If he heard about it at all.
Talk about a little bit of trolling there.
A little bit, yeah. And man, it was a mouthful. That series, there were a couple of names. There was that one. There was the Bubbling Cows of Demacia. Mm-hmm. And there were two other names that just every time we tried to say them, we had to pause, think, and make our mouths say it. Unlike Gentlemen's Club Gaming, that was a really easy one. For Fun, Plays for Fun, I think was another name. AFK Apes, easy peasy, and then you get Bubbling Cows of Demacia and Mike, don't name your fives team Mike Young. It's a lot of creative people out there.
No, you got plenty of those. But
so what else do you want to know? I know that when we started discussing this, you wanted to know a little bit more about it.
We were talking about what we should go over this time. I was saying, the name is Rated R. Juhadre, but above it, it's Rated R. So I was thinking, maybe the listeners want to find out more about Rated R. Because, it is a scene. We're really trying to grow this. Mm-hmm. This, I don't know if you should say program, company, or what. Just
it was an org.
Well, okay, organization.
Yes.
But, because I don't even know that much about it other than what I see on Twitter.
Right. And
or what you tell me about with the League of Legends scene.
Once again, I am not privy to a lot of those things because I manage solely the League of Legends team. I could find that out, but as you know, being friends outside of this, I am an extremely busy person because of that, plus my day job and all of those things. So I am, but I'm not interested in finding out more.
That's where it comes to me too. I'm like, I see all the tweets. Hey, where are all my COD players at? Because he wants people to get on, and partially not just because he wants to play, because he also wants to scout out. He's always looking for opportunities. Great thing to do, but he's always talking about any other game that's coming out. You got not even just League of Legends, but like I said, Call of Duty, Gears of War. He was also doing. He said something about Overwatch a while back.
Oh, Overwatch 2 is coming out, so that's going to be a big deal.
I think he was talking about Destiny a little bit ago as well.
Is there a competitive Destiny scene?
I think so.
There's PvP?
Well, yeah, there is actually multiplayer for PvP, yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
I played it on the first one, and it was basically just I think it was like a free-for-all.
So kind of like a battle royale?
Yeah. It's been a while since I played. No, actually, I think you can do teams as well. But like I said, it's been forever since I played that because it just got way too repetitive. Okay. And then I had it on Xbox, and all my best friends were PC, so I never had anybody to play with because my boss is like,
"That's right.
Hey, get yourself an Xbox, and we'll play." And then he would never jump on.
I remember when that happened.
Bastards. Hey, you gonna play tonight? Yeah. Hey, you gonna jump on? Sorry, man. I gotta take care of my family. They're in bed. I know it's 10 o'clock. I know what time you put your kids to bed.
Right.
But
oh man,
no, it was just funny. And then hey, I got a PC, so now I need a PC, but I just haven't bought it yet. For number 2.
And so is this kind of turning into a recruitment thing for Rated R? Do you think?
I think it could happen. Like I said, if anybody wants more information, they can come to us. I'll talk to Torchy.
Yeah,
dude, I need info.
Yeah,
easy peasy.
Well, right, and Torchy is a very reasonable guy in my experience.
Actually, with the last story that you told me that we're not going to get into because it probably should not disclose information on that one to public, but yeah, that was his reaction to that whole thing. It seemed really professional.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with the way he reacted to that.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So
he's a great guy. I have loved working for him.
Yeah. See, I haven't actually met him, but I only hear good things about him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you
watch now, he's gonna be like, "You fucking asshole," just to be like, "I'm not a nice guy," because that's what I do. Somebody called me nice, I'm like, no.
He is a very truthful person. I will say that.
I'm just blunt, so he's truthful.
Yeah.
And you're just uncomfortably optimistic.
Yes, and that indeed.
Yeah, indeed.
I hope that you guys enjoyed our trolls episode that came out today on the 15th.
Yeah, nobody said indeed to me yet, but I did tell my other buddy that was in on that chat when that happened. He busted up laughing because he forgot about that.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious.
How do you forget about something like that?
Dude, it was so many years ago. You just move on to other trolling things. I mean, all he does is video games, so he's got other things he focuses on. So, like lately, yeah, I'm not going to disclose any more on that because it gets to a part I probably shouldn't share.
Fine with me.
It's a little personal on his level, but great guy. So, where were we?
There have been a couple of...
I am so hyper that my mind's going everywhere.
I think that's okay. Again, we talked about it a little bit, the choice of topics and how many sidetracks we go on is one of the allures to this podcast. I think it's what makes it...
Trying to develop that still, season 1. Reviews and comments would really help out.
I did. I know that we've talked about him a couple times, but Can Man told me that he loves the tangents. He thinks it's super funny.
Oh, you know what's funny is one of these days. Okay, so you keep being like telling me, oh, I should have just had it recording right when you walked in the room. You should have had it recording.
I should have. I really should have.
It's so funny because I actually censor myself a lot on this.
Okay.
But, man, the things you hear come out of my mouth, it's so funny how many things you hear come out of my mouth. You're like, why are we even friends? I'm like, because you find me fucking hilarious.
You are. You are very, very funny.
Which is hilarious because normally I'm actually trying to just be an asshole.
Which is, going back to our trolls thing, that's why it's funny. Is because you're trying to be... You're trying to get anger or whatever reaction out of someone.
I wouldn't say anger, just like trying to... I'm trying to rile somebody up. It's like, okay, it's like the whole thing of when I think you've only had me do it once, but when I get to meet somebody new and I don't give a damn about them, I'll introduce myself as James.
Not your real name.
Not my real name. It's funny. So story behind that is I was out with my buddy Liquid. We're going to use his gamer name, Liquid. He probably doesn't even care if I use his real name.
Regardless, that's how we've been talking about everyone. Everyone is a gamer name.
This is the gamer world,
for anonymity's sake and for actually the opposite, for the lack of anonymity so people can be found. Because how many people have their actual names in the game clients or on Twitter or on
I only
Twitch
know like 2 people that do that. And it's
Joe Miller.
3 people.
Sorry,
anyways,
continue, please.
We were at this company thing, and because we didn't know who it was about. This guy, my buddy, comes up to me. Actually, it was him. So it was Faced and Liquid. They were both like, "Hey, you got to come with us to this seminar." Apparently, this guy says we're gonna make thousands of dollars a week, and I'm like, I was 18.
Okay.
I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll go. We're just fresh out of high school. I was 19. No, I was 19 because it was a little bit after I graduated high school. But we walked in, and we're like, Primerica, what the hell is this place? And so I knew about the place because one of my other friends used to work for him, and he just absolutely hated it. And so we walked in, and they started talking to us, so what's your names? And I was like, oh, my name is James. Because I was like, I don't want to give this guy my real name. Like, I don't. And that's where I developed that, giving my name to people, and I don't want them to know who I am. And for all my close friends, that's my code word to, I don't give a damn about this person, and now you know.
Right.
So I've gone to other places, and like, oh, what's your name? I'm like, oh, I'm James. And then Liquid just starts giggling quietly to himself.
I think I'll giggle the next time it happens. You and I haven't been somewhere where that has happened, I don't think. Maybe once, but I can't recall.
I think it was an old friend that I ran into, and they didn't remember my name.
Oh, gosh.
I've had that happen. I've also had it happen where I ran into an old coworker, and I told them flat out. I ran into them in a store, and they're like, hey, man. And I was like playing stupid. I was like, who are you? And they're like, oh, I'm so-and-so. And I was like, oh. Okay, sorry. They were like, we work together. Come on. I was like, where do we work? Teleperformance. Horrible place to work. And, it's a horrible place. But... I was like, oh, my twin brother actually works there. You mean this guy? I'm James.
Are you serious?
I went to work the next day wearing the exact same clothes on purpose. And he came up to me and said, dude, I ran into your brother yesterday. I was like, my brother? He goes, yeah, James. And I was just like, oh, you ran into my twin yesterday. And supervisor just starts laughing because he knew about the James thing.
That is so messed up.
I told you, I'm a fucked up person.
That was so messed up.
But no, it was funny. We got a good laugh at it. The guy never even found out. It's just he was that one coworker that you just never want to associate with outside of work. Don't mind associating with him at work, but outside of work, like, look, dude, you live your life, I'm going to live my life, and there's going to be a wall in between.
Okay.
Yeah. Like a 3-foot thick wall in
Jeez.
between us. And he was just weird.
3 feet is big.
Yeah.
It's a big
dude,
wall.
He was a weird guy. He was like borderline the guy from Dane Cook's thing with, the candy bar thing. Hey, thanks for the candy. You don't know that joke?
No.
Oh my gosh. We need
Not
to do
a
an
big Dane
episode
Cook
on your
fan.
naivety.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I am very naive.
He always talks about how there's the one guy in in most companies that gets kind of like outcasted, and everybody kind of is creeped out by him, and everybody's like, I bet that guy would like shoot the place up, but you want to be nice to the guy so that when he actually does come in, he's like, hey Jim, boom. I don't know if this is what he said, so
right.
I'm like paraphrasing from like my own brain. He's like, boom, and then he comes up to him and goes, thanks for the candy, and then like moves on to like shooting other people. It's just a skit, Be nice to everybody, especially the creepy guy.
I hope that whisper got picked up.
That's who he was. The guy you want to be like, hey, thanks for the candy.
Right.
You get to live. No, so you're not a Dane Cook fan?
Not really.
It depends on what it is.
So the more comedy I listen to, I've realized that there are a few that their material is mostly cuss words and sex jokes.
Okay, cuss words to a point I can stand, but there comes a point when it comes too
right.
much.
And so
I'm just like, dude, every other word, too much, bro.
Right.
I cuss like a sailor, but I make sure my words actually have a meaning. I'm not just saying them to say it.
And when I listened to Dane Cook, it was all just sex stories and cuss words. And I was like, okay, that's not funny to me. So personally, I am not a fan.
Yeah.
I lean more toward Chad Daniels, Dan Cummins, Nate Bargatze is a really big favorite of mine. John Mulaney, those kind of
guy that
guys.
started with an A that you were showing me.
Oh, Cy Amundsen.
Yeah.
Like
he's
that guy.
actually I do like him. Yeah.
So him and Chad Daniels actually have a podcast.
Do they? Oh, I need to get into that now.
You're never going to. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I've told you about it 5 times.
Oh,
this is the 5th time I've brought it up to you, and you keep saying, yeah, I'll listen to
Dude,
it.
I need to get into that. Okay, you told me about Time Suck the same way, and now
Yeah.
I'm totally into it.
Yeah, it will take 1 episode. And that's actually the one on which I have based most of my expectations for Juhadre.
Yeah.
Because this is exactly it. They have a producer, a guy running, the microphone and
Yeah.
everything over on the side. And that's the only difference.
Okay, you know what? Where's my phone? I'm putting
What?
this in my phone now.
Well, thank goodness, because you haven't the last 4.
I know. Okay, hold on. Podcast. Yes, I use an iPhone, so I gotta go to podcast. Okay, what is it
Unlucky.
called?
Middle of Somewhere.
I'm subscribed to that one. I just actually haven't
Yeah.
pulled it up.
Yeah,
If anybody heard that, that was me tossing my phone.
it's on the ground, and
I
that's
am
okay.
totally already subscribed to that one.
You got some homework.
Oh yeah, no. The thing is I'm trying to catch up, so I'm like 100% caught up on Time Suck. But they went from 30 minutes each to 40 minutes each, now 2.5 hours each, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah, they're long.
man.
And what's funny is when we started Juhadre, our first episode was 15 minutes. It was the W's.
Yeah, we did the same thing. He was like, no, you know what? We're not gonna go that long. And now I'm just like, screw it, I'm doing it.
To be fair, the longest episode we have is still under an hour. I think it's 56 minutes.
Oh, okay. I thought we had like an hour and 15 minutes.
Oh, you know what? Hardware with Cobalt.
That one was pretty long. No, I think that was pretty long.
Because then you need to add the extra 30 seconds in the front for the intro.
Oh, I'm not
and
gonna.
stuff.
I'm not gonna count.
You're not gonna count that?
No.
Okay,
Like
then-
because like even with me, I'll on some podcasts where they got like a 30-second to 45-second intro, I already know just to skip that the
Right.
first like 30 second. Push the 15-second button 3 times. Bop bop bop.
Well, there you go.
That's actually what it sounds. It's more like.
Do that again. I like that.
Did it show up?
I think so.
We've got the computer next to us.
Well, yeah, because we don't have a producer or engineer over in the corner.
Because nobody loves us.
I don't think that's the case.
It really is not the case. We're just too busy to ask somebody to help out.
Who would we ask?
Admin?
So then I think that the truth here is that
We're lazy and just didn't ask him.
he's too busy.
God, man, I hate being an adult.
Don't we all?
Yeah, oh man.
Yeah, I think that I am occupied a lot of the time, but admin is the true definition of busy. He always has something
his
going
wife, she technically doesn't have a job, but she has a job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because she cuts hair just out of her own home. But he runs a VR place, and then on top of that, he's always gaming. He's got 2 kids. Currently looking for another job because he just says, things are difficult with that job. Living in his in-laws, his
wife's
grandmother's
his wife's grandparents.
Yes, their basement. So he's also helping them out with their house at times.
But we don't want to go too far into admin's private life. That's for him to discuss, not us.
Yeah, that's true.
But great guy, he would be our producer.
I'll tell you this though, there's some stuff I do like about being an adult. Like, it's weird. I got so excited the first time I bought a damn washer and dryer.
You really did. I remember that.
I was so excited. I remember calling you up. Can I borrow your truck? What for? I'm buying a damn washer today. That's it. I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Then everybody's impressed because I talked them down, but certain people just don't know how to haggle.
You see, what's funny is I'm the opposite. When we lived in an apartment, when we lived in an apartment, people always asked why we never got our own. I said, because it cost me $2 to do all of my laundry every week. That's it. If I were to buy a washer and dryer, it would cost me more than that in water and electricity. I would need to buy the things. I need to bring them up 3 flights of stairs. No, thank you.
Actually, it didn't cost as much as I thought it was going to be water and electricity. But
but
I know what you're
$2?
saying. But I know what you're saying. Yeah. No, I got what you're saying. But I remember putting my freaking clothes in that damn washer, and I've never had this happen, but somebody let it just get all mildewy because I just don't know what happened. Put it in there, and when the air comes out because displacement of air hit me in the face, and I'm just like, oh! I called my boss. I'm not coming in today. I'm buying a washer. Wait, what? What? I'm buying a washer. Can't that wait? No.
Because you needed to wash your clothes.
Yeah. I worked from home, so didn't need to wash them as much as I probably should have. But bought a washer. Next day, got the dryer. Because they weren't going to give me the dryer on sale, so I waited till the dude got off work. Went and talked to somebody else. I got the washer for this price. Can you give me the dryer for the same price? Oh, yeah.
That's messed up.
Is it, or is it smart?
I can't tell. There are some fine lines.
So freaking manipulative.
Huh.
Yeah. The dude was like, well, I'm already giving you this much off for the washer. I can't really do the dryer, because we got to make money somewhere. Walked in the next day. Dude was like, oh, you got the washer for the much? Yeah, we can do the dryer for the same price. I was like, boom.
Congratulations.
Yeah. That was awesome. Stupid adulting.
Yeah, it is hard. So what other questions do we have about the scene?
Dude, I don't have any questions about the scene now. I mean, you answered everything with talking about that. I mean, it is what it is. I think with season 2, we should probably start. I don't know, what do the fans want?
I don't know what the fans want. They won't talk to me.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I'm not upset about that, fans. Don't take that the wrong way.
You want to know what I'm upset about? This entire time there's been one piece of freaking glitter, like right on my microphone, and it's I want to pull it off because I hate glitter. I do. I hate glitter.
I understand.
I don't want to touch the mic.
I was waiting for you to just do it.
No. I'm staring at it. It's looking right at me. And I'm just like, dude, I've been wanting to get it this whole time.
Oh, man. Have you seen my No Shave November posts? Tweets?
Did you not get my message saying, look at that face?
I definitely did. I think I liked it back.
Yeah, like right now I can see there's one little patch. It's like a little longer.
Yep.
It's hilarious. And then I'm over here and I can't grow crap.
Well, it's better that way.
Oh, no, I wish it wasn't so patchy.
No, you can't grow crap. That's a good thing. You
Dude,
want to grow beard hair.
Okay, fine, Mr. Literal.
You're welcome.
I wish I could grow better facial hair.
I think a lot of people do. I wish I could. Mine curls. Cowlicks. Did you know you can have cowlicks?
Oh, yeah, dude. Dude, why don't you just get that? There's a beard brush that's actually a straightener.
Oh my gosh, my wife wants me to get one so bad. And I told her, look, I normally have it trimmed short enough that it won't make a difference. Like, the only time I would use it is during November.
Is there a reason why you don't just let it grow out? Or is it because it just gets too curly?
It gets too curly. It gets unruly.
What if you did just straighten it out and just let it keep growing? Think you could do it?
Probably, but I don't want to.
Fair enough.
I like how I look with the more clean.
Yeah, but you could always, you know, still just trim it up. So
it's
really
about
nice.
the length for me.
Oh,
it really is. It looks a little better.
You like the short, clean look.
Yeah.
Got it. With still the thick. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, because my beard hair is nice and thick. It's got a deep color to it. It looks really good. But once it gets long, again, it starts curling weird places, and if I keep it relatively short, it's still thick and dark enough that it looks good. But then, like, after 2 weeks, it just looks like garbage, and I'm not willing to let it grow long enough to the point where it might look better. I'm just not willing to put in the time and the patience for that. Plus, my wife hates my mustache.
Just the mustache?
Just the mustache, because it covers my lips. So
you don't actually trim it to where it goes to the top of the lip?
Not really.
Oh, see, I do that because my wife gets pissed, and she's like, hey, you need to trim that. And I'm like, okay, so I just get, and it's fine.
So when I trim my beard, it all looks the same. But if I were to trim my mustache and not my beard, then I'll have...
Oh, no, you just cut it so it's like this.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
But then it's not the same length.
See, it doesn't bother me.
That drives me crazy.
No,
in my brain, I cannot do that. And like even now that I'm doing the no shave thing for November, she's like, "You've got to trim that." I can't trim it.
It's no shave November.
No shave November, and she's, ugh! And so like once it gets long enough, I can kind of move it over to the sides. Like I just showed you, but you know it's good enough.
Yeah, my wife hates it. She's like, "I'll trim that damn thing." So I do.
Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode then. We got what we needed to talk about. We had 7-8 different tangents.
You know what? Now that we actually... You know, the podcast is ours.
Uh-huh.
Let's continue to make it more personal.
We can do that.
Yeah. I like... Okay, because I've had many people just entertained by the conversations we have.
Mm-hmm.
It is so funny. We are complete opposite people, but we hella get along. And we bounce off each other with conversation. Start recording those a lot more.
And that was actually one of the biggest things that Cobalt said listening to the first 2 episodes. He said that he enjoyed our natural chemistry. This isn't something that we've, scripted out or anything. This is just how you and I communicate on the daily.
The only thing I've ever scripted out on this was just the 2 definitions on the
trolls. That's right.
Yeah, because, everything else is just memories or conversation. This is our daily conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is it.
A lot of good things coming in season 2 of Juhadre.
We'll be a lot more structured for season 2, but spread the love. We could really use some lovin's.
Indeed. Follow us at Juhadre.
At Alvatross17.
Go ahead and take a look at Rated R Esports on Twitter. At rated_R_esports. At Rated R LOL for the team that I manage. We do some tweets out of there. Mm-hmm. And RatedResports.com. You can find Juhadre on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play,
and YouTube.
Thank you so much for listening. Do you have anything else, Alvatross?
Dude, I got nothing. I'm so freaking hyper, and it is hot as balls in this room.
I thought it was just me, because I'm getting over the stomach bug. I thought it was just me.
No, dude, it's just this room. It gets so hot in here.